What'd you say, Tank? Oh, I didn't have that much trouble with it. Oh, that's not good. We'll see if I remember. Oh, this should do it. How's that?
We'll hear in a couple seconds, minutes, time, hours. Yep, now we are live. Welcome everyone to the Foolish Tech Show. Sorry about our delay there. We had a slight change of broadcasters because, as you can see, Michael is in a fancy hotel room, also known as Parent Motel next door. We are here to show everyone our software or answer any questions or help out any way we can with any kind of tech type thing. If you have any questions, you can join us at our IRC chat over at foolishtechshow.com or foolishit.com/live. I think if you're watching on YouTube, there's like a little join our chat card or something up there maybe. Anyway, happy to have you in our chat. Ask us any questions. If you don't, we're going to talk about random things, and feel free to interrupt us anytime. So otherwise, it is Thursday. How's everyone doing? John's out on the road. Michael is getting his house redone. And
I'm doing well.
Awesome. We do have a special demo today if we wanted to just kick off with that, I guess. We're going to test out Nick's latest release of KillEmAll on the fast track. Looks like it's 5.0.10, and he says if everything goes good with this test, we'll probably be ready for full release. So exciting stuff there. Before we do that, does anybody have any links or anything they want to talk about or go over here? I think I did have one interesting one about malware here. Let me see if I can find it. Yes. If you use eBay, you may want to be careful. I'll get why here in just a second. Ars Technica had an article about eBay has no plans to fix severe bug that allows malware distribution.
That's rather nice of them.
And I didn't read the full article here, but I'm guessing it probably leans towards the fact that they allow you to put things in the document, like what you're selling, and put like pictures and things. I'm betting it has something to do with that. But the picture they show on there is all related to mobile, so it may be more related to something on the back end there. But here's a link to that article if y'all want to check it out and find out more about it. I don't use eBay, so I am not that worried about it. I'm not a big fan of how they do things anyway. So just, I guess, if you are using eBay, be very careful and scan your computer and check for viruses, various things like that. I think that is all I had on my list today. Anybody else have any interesting news or anything? No?
Yo.
Nope, nope.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah. I read earlier that who is it? Bleeping Computer. They're being sued by the company that makes that spyware hunter app. They apparently had an honest review of the app. I mean, a bad review of the app a while back, and so they're getting sued now because it's, you know, a junk app and a junk company, and because of them saying something like what I just said, they're getting sued. So I didn't say that. I was kidding.
Yeah.
Bradley, did you already mention
Hold
about
on,
the
Michael, hush. I'll post the link to Bleeping Computer site that is requesting help from all their participants that is asking for help fighting the frivolous lawsuit and defend the right to free speech. So, no, Glenn, I am not streaming today. It is Proctor streaming today.
We having any issues?
We should have enough bandwidth. I'm watching the stream. I didn't see any issues. It's hard for me to listen to it at the same time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded okay on my side, at least. All right, Michael, go ahead.
did you already talk about the Malwarebytes and those two other companies, Comodo and I think another one, Google found security flaws in all their software?
We have not.
Okay, I posted a link to it earlier. Let me see if I can in our chat. Let me see if I can find that.
Why don't you talk about it? I'll find the link.
Okay, well, basically, you know, Google, I know where I found it. Hold on. It's not on the usual place, so.
I already got it. I'm
Refresh my
copying and
memory on
pasting
that.
it already.
Here we go. So Google Project Zero, right? I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, but that's their security research effort. And
we talk about it a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are aware of what that is. It basically, from what I'm seeing here, and I haven't read this, I'm not completely thorough on this reading it, but it appears as if there's a flaw in all of these that allows any file to be read off your system just by you clicking a link. So, you know, and for software that's supposed to, again, provide you protection, I think they would be the first ones to test their software for security risks. And it's very sad that Google, as a third party, has to bring this information to their attention. And of course, when Google does it, they all promise a fix, you know, immediately. But if it's that easy to do a fix, makes you wonder, you know?
If it was there on purpose.
Well, yeah. I mean, I seriously question whether or not security vendors are now because
I think this is just sloppy.
I read an article today, actually, about the Google Zero Day. One of the guys, and he was talking about browsers based on Chrome. I guess that's what you're talking about. And they specifically highlighted Avast and Comodo, and they said that the Comodo browser was actually less secure than pretty much anything on the market, because they intentionally disabled something, some sort of a cross-site protection or something that's been around since Netscape version 2. And
Yeah, it is the same thing I'm
yeah,
talking about. It is the same thing.
and according to the article, it's actually very difficult to even disable this from the browser. They had to go through and apparently do a lot to disable it. So, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. Same article actually mentioned Malwarebytes, which shut up, Matt. And so Malwarebytes, they gave a $5,000 donation to Bleeping Computer for that whole thing I was just talking about a minute ago. But they were in that article for their updates. Malwarebytes updates, definitions and things are not delivered over a secure channel. So they were kind of blasting them for that. But other than that, there wasn't really an issue.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it does seem to be, the specifics of how bad it is seems to be more shown in the Comodo, like you were referring to. But it looks like though that it's, these are, in other words, show me the security software vendor that doesn't have, these problems, and it makes you wonder. But that's, I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention because I think it's related to what we've, been talking about in the past, and it's not always good to just take their claims of security at their claim and not by research and penetration testing.
That pretty much confirms the fact that adding antivirus to your system just opens your surface layer of attack even more.
Yeah, and and primarily the ones recently have typically been like plugins that all these pieces of software are adding to your system. We're all aware of when it apparently everyone decided to now every installation of a virus scanner, malware scanner now has to include a browser plugin. I don't know. I mean, I for the longest time I thought browser plugins were generally security holes, and the less browser plugins you had, the less to go wrong with your browsing experience. And it's largely why HTML5 has been so quickly adopted. Getting rid of Flash and Java and all these other things.
Yeah, that's one of the things I remove most is browser plugins and toolbars.
Exactly. So why should the security vendors be pushing them down your throat? They're taking on the same habits as the malware, the bad guys out there who are creating all the ransomware and creating all the other pieces of malicious software out there. If they're doing the same things as they are, why should we distinguish them from the bad guys?
I wouldn't go as far as say they're doing the same things.
Well,
they're not
because
blocking
they're
you
just
from
accidentally breaking people's security.
No, they're not blocking. Hey, they're not blocking you from accessing your files and demanding more money. They're not.
Kaspersky, they didn't do it for money, but they did it for fame.
What?
That's right.
Poisoning other AV vendors' definitions and damaging people's computers as a result. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That we just turned off, other people's, or that little stunt negatively impacted millions of users. But it's okay.
I mean,
away with that. I mean, again,
honestly, that just brings out more issues with the way that they take their definitions. If they were able to submit a file hash and get them to add it to their definitions and then have their products remove those files without even checking them, that still falls back on those antivirus vendors.
They're actually,
either way, it's their fault.
If you read the article, there's actually some sort of a trust relationship between a lot of the bigger dogs, and they have some sort of a sharing thing going on.
Okay, so that explains it. But so their inside knowledge of that, that trust relationships between those guys, they took advantage of that. They did it purposefully, in other words.
Yeah.
Knowing full well what the implication would be. And that's what's scary, that they're making those decisions. They don't care about your security. They just care about you sending your subscription to them every month.
Hey, speaking of people who don't care about your security, let's talk about Google for a sec. I heard they pulled an ad from the Android store today that blocks. An ad. They pulled an app from their store that blocks ads because it became #1, and they were like, "Oh, well, we can't have that because it interferes with other apps." Is what their policy is. But basically, they're removing everything ad blocking from the Play Store, and you watch. It's going to happen to Chrome too, and Chrome plugins, because it's all about Google's an advertising company. That's what it's boiling down to.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
watch.
Oh, do you know their Alphabet's market cap has exceeded Apple's, and so Alphabet is the richest company in the world?
They don't have a mountain of cash though. Have y'all heard about that? Apple apparently has like a room where they just throw cash in because their profits are at such a rate that it's better to have it in cash than put it into any other commodity. So they just have a room that's literally just a mountain of cash. And
Nice.
yeah, it's like fucking the duck that's rich. Who was that?
Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, and he like dives into his vault. That's like what I picture over at
Oh,
Apple.
I used to love DuckTales and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah. RTM Tech says he wants to clean that room.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, who does clean that room? Because yeah, that sounds like a great job.
Also, well, I would hate that job, having to be around that much money every day and clean it off every day, like dusting money. Oh, this money's just been sitting here collecting dust.
Yeah,
Have to clean it, and I'll just
Well,
take
it would be
my.
easier just to take a few bills off the top, instead of dusting them.
Yeah, that's true. Also, what's up, Phoenix and RTM Tech and Glenn? Thanks for joining us. Shook, if you're still there too. Awesome. Hey, tech guy as well. And Phoenix says they're probably storing money at Iron Mountain.
Oh wait, I didn't actually post that address, did I? Earlier about when I was reading about the
I posted it for you.
Oh, you did.
I want to throw out another one that RTM Tech sent out earlier. This one's kind of fun. It's a for the telemarketers. You can get a bot to answer the phone for you and talk to the telemarketers. So like the telemarketers are just talking to a bot.
It would be a bot usually.
Yeah, so the bots are both just talking back to each other.
When we're building computers that just call each other and talk to each other for us, there's a problem.
Yeah. Well, this one is a bot. It looks like it says they'll hear a sequence of hello, hello, hello. Hang on a second. Yes, right. And then like we'll just go on like that. So that's awesome.
I like it.
And he had posted something earlier too, I think. Let me see if I can go back to find that. Glenn, do you have any update on your UFEI booting issue? We were talking about that earlier today in the chat. And oh yeah, he had a link that good grief, you're gonna have to work on the bit.ly or shortening links here. Your links are crazy long, RTM Tech.
Those services are crap. I want to see a link when I go to it.
Yeah, you could link to the BTLY page that tells you all about the link. That is a crazy long link anyway. He had a post of a drone that drives underwater, and then some HackProof RFID chips. So.
Oh, I heard about that. That's just like MIT claiming that they're hack proof, but I mean, that's just asking to be hacked.
Yeah, everything's hackable. Oh, I got page couldn't be found on that second link. Maybe it's because I missed some more of the linking.
What was the UEFI problem from earlier?
It was an issue where he couldn't boot or install Windows 8 or 8.1 because the UFEI secure boot thing, he thinks.
Okay.
And I had a similar type issue where it was on my Surface Pro. And I want to say it was because I tried to install Linux, so I had to disable the secure boot. And he was using live OSs, so I think he had to disable secure boot. And then when I failed at trying to get Linux on the Surface Pro, I tried enabling the secure boot and throwing Windows 8.1 back on there so I could upgrade to 10, and it wouldn't let me until I went into the BIOS and installed default security keys or something like that. Basically, reset the security keys for secure boot, and then it let Windows 8.1 load or get back in. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, listen, my advice with secure boot is turn it off on every single computer you ever see it on, and do that prior to installing the operating system, of course, never after the fact. The problem with pre-shipped computers is that they're shipped with it turned on. And so, end users, if they decide, oh yeah, I want to put Linux on my computer, they typically aren't able to accomplish that. And that, to me, is a worse impact than anything that secure boot saves you from. Especially since, they're now embedding things into BIOSes like we talked about the other day, malicious code into BIOSes.
Yeah. He also posted a handbook for software-defined radio, and that's all coming from RTM Tech. So.
Oh, God bless you, RTM Tech. Thank you so much for these great links.
Yes, very much. Thank you. Phoenix says he's currently working on a fork of NetBoot XYZ, trying to get ESXi to load from his network. So that's cool. I've never actually forked a product, so. Wow, where's that weird noise coming from?
Not me.
Sounds like orcas mating or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dog. It's one of your dogs vomiting or something.
What? You're the one with all the dogs.
You're not making any noises here now, and I've got the door closed.
And my dog's not vomiting. She's sniffing at the door. She wants to go outside, or at least smell outside.
Wait, because the door is closed, that means they're not making any noise?
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, so maybe we should be looking for orcas. Do you guys have any there?
I'm pretty sure it's at your house. Your house has all kinds of weird noises. Anyway, let's move on from that. Yeah, he said orcas. So let's check out KillEmAll 5.0.10 and see what we can do with it. See if we can go through some full testing on it. All right, and before I do that, Phoenix said forking a project is easy to do on GitHub, and I'd seen that, and they came out with a tool recently, GitHub did, to make forking and building old software even easier. See if I can figure out what that was. I think it was like medic or doctor. I don't know what it is. I can't find it quickly, but it was like something where no, they've had GitHub Desktop out. It's some new thing that they released really recently where you can fork a project or build on top of an old project, and then you can delink from it once, and it won't mess up anything that you've built on top of, basically. I didn't read the whole article. I just skimmed the title, so that's why I don't have any info on it. But all right, let's check out KillEmAll 5 here. Still hasn't picked up my desktop yet. Is it showing my desktop on your side, Proctor?
Yes.
Well, I know it's showing on your side, Michael. You're not Proctor, so.
I do not see it in XSplit.
You see all of our videos?
Yeah, I see all the videos.
It's kind of weird.
Well, if I share my screen, do you see my screen on your computer?
Do it again.
I am doing it right now.
Oh, yeah, I see your screen shared on my computer, yes, but I do not see it in XSplit.
See if you can do a scene 2 real quick. That one. That's interesting that it kept all the videos.
Yeah, that's weird. That wasn't happening when I was hosting.
Who knows? It's probably because the meetings thing is like all HTML based, I'm betting.
Yeah.
So when you take a screen capture of one thing, it takes it of that page, and then when it resizes it for the desktop sharing, it keeps it. Anyway, we will have black video for the moment, but we will have more video coming up here soon, and we should see my KillEmAll on my screen here shortly. So yes, you all have to live in the dark. I hope you have a light beside you. Let the light in your heart guide you.
Now, this loon copter thing is pretty impressive.
Is that the underwater drone?
Yeah.
Michael?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have headphones, and we can hear whatever you're playing.
Oh, that's right.
All right, still momentarily, we're still here, so don't freak out, man.
Should be up in a minute.
There we go. I got it. We see it.
Yay.
If you want to throw the chat up at the top, I'll keep everything towards the bottom here for the testing side. Oh, I'm trying to click on the video to move my window down. That's always fun. All right. While he's throwing the chat back up there, I'll go ahead and show you we got KillEmAll. If you want to go ahead and get this version, you can go into options and click enable fast track builds. If you get an error message saying that it wasn't able to rename the executable, if you go into the folder where you have KillEmAll, you'll have a second copy of KillEmAll that has the version number. Just delete the regular KillEmAll and rename the one with the version number to just KillEmAll, and you'll be fine. So good to know on that. I don't have enable fast startup because I don't want to kill everything as soon as I start up. We're going to go ahead and just close out of this one and start it up again so we can test things thoroughly here. So we do get our kill programs. We're going to cancel that. And we'll minimize that window, but We got a couple programs here, so let's go ahead and launch some other ones. This is my dev testing machine, so we're going to just launch a bunch of programs here. Michael, mute if you're not talking, please. And
Sorry, hold on 1 second. Where am I watching this?
always on top.
Where is this window? Oh.
Minimize all these weird things. All right, so right now I am just opening a whole bunch of applications so that we can test what KillEmAll sees and what KillEmAll is able to close. So this looks like a normal setup for a user to be running 100 applications at once. And we'll just keep opening some more. And, oh, iTunes, definitely a good one. They can set it up here. And it's Becky, maybe. All right, so I think that's about enough programs. We have a ton of them opened up down here. I guess we'll go ahead and open some more that are on my taskbar here. All right, so we got a ton of programs. Also, if you didn't notice, when I right-clicked on here, went to Window, we could do Always on Top. So if it is behind all of these programs, that's a quick, easy way to always get it back to the top, especially if your system tray is just filled with them. So we'll go to there and say Always on Top. And Glenn says normal user, that is him after 5 minutes after opening the PC, plus 20 to 30 tabs in Chrome. And that's actually me as well. I've actually gotten into using this whole virtual desktop thing. So I have like tabs across 3 desktops and then programs separated onto which desktop I'm dealing with at the time. So I feel you there, Glenn. But let's do running programs again so it picks up all this stuff that's running. Let's go ahead and well, no, we can't full screen it because we got the chat thing there. So we'll just resize it, which is another great nifty feature that Nick has added there. Thank you again, Nick, for that. And we can see some of the things we got here. So we got all of our programs getting picked up. We got the file locations, the parameters that are being passed even when it launches those programs. So let's check out the allowed list. We can see we got some default Windows things. If we did want to kill any of these, we would have to right click and kill these since they're allowed here. It'll tell you which way they're allowed. If it's a user definition, that means that we've added it. You can see I have a couple items in my whitelist here. So user definitions means it's in our allowed list and we can take it out if we decide we don't want that. Then hit save rules. Otherwise, we have some internal logic, which is basically KillEmAll saying it knows not to kill these processes, and that can either be critical Windows files or processes, or it can be programs that have been relaunched by KillEmAll in this session. So keep that in mind. Updatable defs are ones that Foolish IT maintains and pushes out for some known good applications, mostly your foolish IT software. Since we use VirtualBox, we've whitelisted those so that our virtual boxes won't crash while we're doing this kind of testing. And a lot of the apps with D7.2 running will be whitelisted. So if you're running this, it's not going to kill processes that you're trying to work with. So if you ever did notice that this tab wasn't updated, you can always just double click here and that'll refresh it. Or if you just go to a different tab and come back, it automatically refreshes it. We do have a couple of options here. We're going to come back to these and test those out. And basically what I'm doing right now is just going through and trying to test everything, see if we can get it to break. If not, then we probably have the final release of KillEmAll here, and Nick will be releasing it once he returns from getting back off the road there. But let's go ahead and just kill our running processes, see what happens. Bam! We got a ton of processes cleared and cleaned. You can see our Explorer didn't restart, so it's not a problem with we had any folders open. That's nice. But we do have a list of all the programs that got killed and their parameters. Everything is looking good. The PIDs. We do have 2 failures there, and it reports that we had 2 failures. And it killed 39 programs, so all of that is looking good. So awesome, that is killing everything.
What's the failures about?
The expected ones, Avast UI and Avast service, which are protected processes because they have super API Windows access.
How do the numbers look?
The numbers look good. I might suggest we bring them down a couple pixels or 2, but otherwise I could count them here.
What?
Yeah,
that's your resizing garbage. You do stupid things. No, just that's all. No, I meant do they look accurate?
Yeah, let me count here. It did catch the failures. That's correctly. Let me count how many it terminated.
I think my problem was I found an issue this morning where the problem with my inaccurate count, it hadn't even occurred to me, but that if a process was terminated before I got to it, or if a process shut down before I got to it, it would fail to open the process to get a handle, so then it would fail to kill it, so it would report a failure because essentially it didn't exist. It was just another error condition I wasn't testing for, so that's in that release.
I did report how many it actually terminated and did not report the failures in the actual terminated, so it reported everything correctly that we see there. So cool, that's working well. I said it reported the numbers right. Yeah. All right, so we got those. Let's do some interesting things. Let's go ahead and restart Explorer from here. That'll be a fun one. That looks like it restarted correctly. Awesome. Let's see what else we can relaunch here. Let's try one that has a command line. CC cleaner, monitor. And it did relaunch that, so perfect there. We double click on a file, we'll get this awesome file window here. Shows us all the hashes and
was it relaunched with the command line parameter, Bradley?
Yes.
Excellent.
If we had double clicked on a file though, we get this nice detailed information here, and Nick has also added a nice right-click option here. So if you right-click on any of these, you get Copy Selected Item, which you do want to make sure it's highlighted first. Copy All File Details, which let's go ahead and open up a notepad and show off what that looks like. So this is what you get when you copy all file details. Or you can save it to a file, which basically just opens it in a notepad for you, and you can just save it wherever you'd like there.
It's on the desktop already.
Oh, yes it is. So it saves the file right to your desktop. That actually might be good to have just in the KillEmAll folder.
Oh, sure, sure.
But otherwise, everything is looking good. I am not seeing any issues here.
I actually had some plans for that, and I think even the copy all files is grayed out on that screen. It works, just grayed out. Well, not on that one, on the file detail.
Well,
Yeah, it says save all tabs to a file. That is
yeah,
good. Yep.
Yeah, I was going. That does work, and it's. I think it's enabled. I think it will enable if you register the product, which right now you can only do with the de-uninstaller key.
Okay.
You just drag and that's the one you just drag and drop the de-uninstaller INI file onto the KillEmAll executable.
Cool. I don't think I have a INI to test that with right offhand. So, Zombie Worm just joined us, and Zombie Worm, we're going over the latest version of KillEmAll, which is currently available in the fast track. So if you go to options, enable fast track build.
They're all fast track right now, by the way.
Oh.
There's no such thing as the other.
Well,
really.
I had to click enable fast track for it to download the update.
And that really?
Yeah.
No.
It may have been that I had a much older version. So.
Well, no. That's on the. Maybe it didn't ping the server right or something, but no, it will update. You don't have to check that.
Okay.
In fact, on the fast track. It forces an update. You don't have a choice.
Okay. Well, in my testing, whatever version I had, which I want to say was the very first one that you released, I did have to come in and check. So if you don't get updated to 5.0.10, go ahead and click that checkbox.
No, just restart the app.
Or either way. Anyway, so yeah, everything is looking good. Did you have anything else I should test specifically for here?
Oh, well, look at the, you didn't show off the, well, not like it's just showing anything worth showing off, but all of your results on the main list are, of course, you might have shown it. I dropped out of video for a minute, but I didn't see that. All that, you can right click and save all that crap.
Oh, no, I didn't. I did not even know that. Save results to a file.
Yes, it actually looks horrible, goodness. I guess I need to do something better there. Oh, is you got WordWrap on or something? Is that it?
Yeah. No. No, now, well, it didn't say WordWrap was on, but apparently it was. No, that's with WordWrap on. This is with WordWrap off.
Why is it wrapping words? Save that
looks
file.
like it is. Maximize.
Save the file and take a screenshot. Get all the. See if any information's missing, or what the deal is there, because that's not right. That's not what I did. So something's, I don't know.
I think it's because Notepad has a size limit.
Yeah.
How far are you? How long is that string of text? What the hell is in there?
It's so long.
Yeah, it's like locking up my virtual box so long. It's for Google Chrome. Stupid Google. Yeah, but that is a super long text, and looks like
Well,
it's
that's interesting.
forcing it to word wrap.
Well, that's interesting because there's a limit on the number of characters you can pass in a command line string. I don't know what it is, but it's probably around there. It's like, why is that? Anyway. That's
Yeah, well,
disappointing.
it does show your whole thing, but yeah, it does end up wrapping it for some reason.
Maybe I'll throw it in HTML and wrap it in some pre-tags or something, so it'll just be like, that'll be like a quick thing to do where it shouldn't wrap anything.
All right. Well, I have that file.
Well,
saved.
if you scroll down, it does all 3 columns in the page. I guess if you scroll down, it looks like it should down
Yep.
there. That's how it's supposed to be.
That looks nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Well, save that file for me, and I'll figure it out.
Got it. Yeah, so all that's looking good. All of it's working well. Let's see if we can just add a random program to our allowed programs. We do have the formatting documents, or formatting paths, sorry. And we can either do that one or that one. Let's go ahead and apply it. And did show up on the applied list. So I think we are looking good. Anyone out there in chat, have y'all tried it? Looks like PhilThex has joined us as well as Zombie and RTM Tech, Shook, Tech Guy, Glenn. Any of y'all have any reports on KillEmAll version 5, or anything you want to say has gone wrong, or you've noticed issues with, or any reason why we may need to hold off on releasing version 1? You have 5 seconds to respond.
Okay.
Yep. That one in 5 seconds, so we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it looks great so far. I don't see any kind of issues, problems. Everything runs really smooth. Looks good to me.
Awesome, then. Thank you, sir.
Glenn says he's used it, but not in a serious issue. And TechGuy says it worked fine for him. And when Glenn used it, he had no issues. So Phoenix, no issues so far from him either. So I think we are looking good, man. Excellent.
Yeah, man. Now Unicode characters. I haven't done any testing with that. I'll release it before then. I just, but it must work good. We've got the Arab thing. We got like half of our downloads from that that Arabic website.
We've had some sites in.
It's bound to support their characters, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be working.
Some sites in the Arab nation has linked to ours for KillEmAll version 5 specifically, and we've had a massive increase of hits from them. So
yeah,
to them, I forget what they.
I know overnight we had like 3,000 downloads from them almost. Just overnight, one night.
There we go. Let's see if I can. theprofessional.com, and that's with a 3 for TH3. Professional.com. So Leet speak for the and professional.com. So thank you very much for that. Shout out to you guys for it.
Oh yeah, and actually I looked at the site, and although I was looking at it through Google Translate, a lot of stuff there looked pretty cool, but I did not investigate, so I'm not sure if it really was or not. But it actually looked like it had a lot of interesting and informative content for tech.
Seen one there. Nice. Proctor, if you want to switch back over to. So that is KillEmAll v5. everything's looking good. Think we're on a release schedule for that, so look out for the official release. And yeah, awesome.
Sweet.
Oh, Zombie Worm's got a link for us. Let's check out what Zombie Worm's posted here. Hopefully it's safe for work. It is. So he linked to a charging cable that backs up your phone as you charge. It's kind of up in the air. Sounds like the perfect hacker tool. That is actually why you want to have a device or something if you're hooking up to a charging cable at a power station kiosk that you're not aware of. You want to have a device that you're able to turn data off of, or has no data transmission. Because that kind of cable right there, you could hook it up to charge your phone, think you're just getting power, and they're getting all your data for it. You're not getting free power because you're basically giving all your data away for it. Michael does look depressed. He's in such a bright, happy room. It doesn't work for him. He's more used to living in his cave in the dark. He shakes his head and looks even more depressed. So, I think that is it. Does anybody else have anything else or want to talk about? We may end up early on this show. We've been going over by half an hour recently, so. No, Zombie Worm doesn't want us to end. So talk to us, Zombie Worm. What do you want to talk about? What do we got out there? What's going on? How are things?
Ask him if I can close that ticket or if he still needs my assistance with talk.
You are talking to him right now, so congratulations.
Well, I'd love to continue to help you, Zombie Worm, if you'd like to continue it, but it's sort of done like, I know I keep talking about this, but I just need a yes or no if we're done, if you'd like to pick it up, a time, how you want me to contact you, how you don't want me, anything else I can do if we want to do some additional testing, but.
Zombie Worm asked for any Pi updates. He says that he's going to hold off on telling you anything about the ticket, so you'll be in torture for a while. And
Zombie.
He says he hasn't used Defunk in a few days, so he'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Just like I said. Leave it open and worry constantly about it.
Submersible.
Yes.
We've had 2 submersible things today.
What was Spy Hunter, Johnny?
RTM Tech said, I missed the beginning. Did Spy Hunter come up?
Oh, the game? The video game? I hope
No.
so.
Where were you? Did you listen to any of the show?
I didn't hear anything about Spy Hunter.
Spy Hunter is suing Bleeping Computer.
Oh, Spy Hunter suing Bleeping Computer. Oh, yeah, okay. The suing Bleeping Computer, yeah.
Yep. And if you didn't catch that link, let me get you the link that you want to look at where you can help Bleeping Computer.
The video game.
That is this one. So Bleeping Computer is calling out for support of free speech for that crazy thing. Yeah, the AV, that's right. Actually, Zombie Worm, I did have some Pi news. I'd been holding these articles because I wanted to kind of look more into it, but here's one. Let's see if I can pull it up here. QRPI. I believe that's turning your Pi into a radio transmitter. And I thought I had another one. Let me double check on it. Yep, building a ham Tranceiver. Let's see if I can get the link to that one here. Yep, so you can build a Tranceiver with it here. And later, RTM Tech, thanks for watching. And Phoenix PC Repair says, VeraCrypt has some good improvements and some new features. The developers added a progress bar for random mouse movement when encrypting a drive or making containers. He also made a change in mounting code so that file containers and encrypted drives will mount quicker. That's awesome, and VeraCrypt is the TrueCrypt fork to replace the undeveloped.
Dude, we just passed the A-Team van. I'd show you if it was going the other way.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Like, did it have like the actual A-Team members like hanging out the back of it, or?
I thought I saw BA behind the wheel, but I couldn't tell.
Were they shooting the ground in front of everybody?
Yeah, they never actually hurt anybody in that show, you know, shot anybody. But isn't Hannibal dead?
What?
Not Hannibal.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that was his name, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Well, I'm excited here. I have a thing for my war driving. I got a M215 Plus GPS receiver, which it's basically just a USB GPS receiver. But what I can do with that is hook it up to my Pineapple here, and I can drive around collecting all of the SSIDs and where they are, and then upload them to Wiggle or something to that effect, so I can map out places. Road trip to Michael's neighborhood.
Stop.
Coming up soon.
Hey, can I share his Wi-Fi password?
Yeah, what is
No! No!
Because if you don't get that with your little device, I can give that to you.
Yeah, no, I don't get the Wi-Fi password. Go ahead.
It's actually quite a popular one. In
No!
fact, I think a ton of our customers use the same one for their account.
Stop! Please.
Is it his
Slight
favorite
variation. I think it's got something to do with trust.
password?
Yeah.
I hate you.
This thing is water resistant too, so I could have it on the outside of the car to get even better reception. So I thought that was cool. So excited to test that stuff out and play around with it and see what I can find out. Oh, it even comes with a suction cup. It goes on the wire. That's all right, I guess. Yeah, so that'll be fun, I think. I'll have to read the instructions later. And what else we got? Anything? Anyone? Phoenix PC Repair posted the link to that VeraCrypt for the nightly builds. So definitely check that out if you're into encrypting. And Tech Guy is on the way out. No problem. Join in anytime, leave anytime. Sounds good for us. If you ever have any questions, always feel free to throw them out there too. But have a great Thursday. And we've reached our hour, so I think we are going to probably wrap it up here unless anybody else has some interesting stuff they want to talk about.
Narp.
I failed to track any of my time today. I'm sorry.
Michael, you are terrible at computers.
I forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. I didn't install the toggle thing.
Like all day today, you've had questions about how general computer. So get this, people. Michael couldn't even remote into his own desktop. He couldn't even do that.
I neglected apparently to change the security setting when I installed TeamViewer, and I only recently got the laptop to be able to remote into it.
You mean your administrator neglected the setting?
What?
Dude,
It always sucks when you're having a problem and the message says to contact your administrator.
yeah, and
You're the administrator.
TeamViewer is how you decide to remote into your computer. I thought you set up the SSH server so that you could SSH tunnel into a remote desktop.
That's what
through. I'm really glad though that you really trust TeamViewer that much that you'll browse your whole desktop through their servers. That's awesome.
Gosh, that's a lot of trust.
Yeah.
You know what? I
you
always
trust it with our users?
trust no. What is that? Trust no one. Yeah.
Why would you trust no
That'd
one?
make a good password, in fact.
That would.
Maybe for one's Wi-Fi.
All right.
Well, luckily, Michael, you can go to the tech directory on our website and find a qualified technician near you that can help you with all of your computing problems.
There's a really good one in High Point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He might charge you a little bit more though. He left.
He's got the ID10T
He's out.
surcharge.
Michael left because of that.
I don't know if it was because of what I said or because of what John said somewhat
Well,
encrypted
good
a minute
thing
ago.
he wasn't doing
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna run into a store. I'll see y'all later. Bye, internet.
All right, have a good one.
Phoenix said you can contact Best Buy, Michael. He's still watching, you know that. So, otherwise, I think we will go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Thanks everyone for joining us. Definitely thank you, Phoenix, Filthex, Shoot, Glenn, Zombie Worm, RTM Tech, Tech Guy for being in our chat. That's who we're here for and why we're here. Hope you enjoyed looking at the KillEmAll release. Always, if you have any questions, feel free to jump in our IRC chat anytime. Someone will probably be hanging out in there, and we'll get to your questions either then or on the next show. Speaking of, we will be on the next show tomorrow at 6 p.m. for our Friday show. And you can join us at foolishtechshow.com or foolishit.com. Join our IRC chat or watch our live stream. And we are out. Go ahead and knock it off, Proctor.
All right.
Bye, Internet.
Laters.